Our next speaker is Navya, who is a social entrepreneur and a student at Indus International School. She's currently working on a non-profit Project Limitless, and I'd like to give the floor to Navya to share her insights on healing the world through art.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. And I will start with a statistic. The World Economic Forum reports that by 2025, approximately the year that I will enter the job market, 40% of jobs, and I repeat, 40% of jobs that currently exist will be replaced by artificial intelligence and automation. What this highlights is that if we wish to remain relevant in the fourth industrial age, we must continuously re-roll, relearn, reskill, reinvent, and rediscover ourselves. Good morning or evening to everyone here today. My name is Navya Agarwal, and I'm a grade 11 student at Indus International School in Bangalore. I'm a passionate artist and social entrepreneur, and I'm here today to share with you why I believe innovation is the #1 leadership competency and how this ought to be addressed at the school level. Unfortunately, most school systems don't enable us to become innovators. They put us in these boxes, force us to memorize content, and then use our ability to memorize content as a measure of our intelligence. However, all is not lost. I'm fortunate to be pursuing an online program at the Indus Startup School, which is open to middle and high school students. Here, the focus is on life entrepreneurship. We are taught to be startup ready, which is to be future ready. It is truly a one-of-a-kind program, and today I'm going to go over 5 key features that set it apart. The first is the focus on competencies over content. We work to develop critical leadership, innovative business, and climate-mindedness competencies that facilitate the development of an entrepreneurial mindset. These competencies give us the confidence that we will thrive in the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world that we live in, regardless of the career we pursue. Second is the focus on experiential learning opportunities. We students get to participate in business challenges and hackathons. We get to apply the design thinking process to solve real-life problems in a human-centric approach. All of these help take learning out of the classroom and give us the power to truly make a change. This leads me to my third point, the emphasis on each student having a higher purpose and vision. At the start of school, we're all taught to have a very clear idea of the impact we hope to make on the world, which is not only key to being successful entrepreneurs, but also adds meaning to our work and life, eventually leading to happiness. But of course, we cannot work towards our visions alone, which leads me to my fourth point, mentorship. At the start of school, us high schoolers and middle schoolers receive direct mentorship from successful entrepreneurs, leaders, venture capitalists, and innovators. And last but not least, point number 5, balance. The most incredible thing about the start of school is that even though I'm spending 3-4 hours a week on it, I'm not actually losing time. I'm gaining exposure to various frameworks such as Pareto's principle and goal-mindedness that are allowing me to achieve more in a shorter amount of time. And so my academic scores are improving, but I'm also having more time to work towards the higher purpose and vision that I'd spoken about earlier. Now, I know I've made some pretty bold claims about how the startup school has transformed lives, and I would really like to substantiate them with some evidence from my own life. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a passionate social entrepreneur who believes that art can be used as a medium to bring about societal transformation. There are several communities in India who are not just underprivileged, but also marginalized. Their stories are often neglected in mainstream media. For example, survivors of sex trafficking or juvenile criminals. But art, it has this magical ability to tell stories that are too complex to tell with words. So I wanted to use my art to tell these community stories and empower them. My goal was to create something beyond simple paintings, something indestructible, something bold, something eternal. That's when I had the idea of creating collective wall murals. And so I founded Project Limitless, an organization under which murals are created as a collaborative effort with marginalized communities to serve as a universal storytelling medium. For its efforts to represent marginalized stories and enliven spaces, Project Limitless won the International Baccalaureate's MYP Innovators Grant, a testament to the value of art as an innovative medium for social empowerment. I was also given the opportunity to participate in UNESCO's Art on Walls initiative at the Center of Learning Disabilities in Rajasthan, India. My learnings at the startup school, including the advice from my mentor, helped me approach the curveball this current pandemic threw in Project Limitless's way. After the lockdown inhibited our access to our stakeholders, my team and I went back to the drawing board to brainstorm over the hidden opportunities that we could leverage on. One of the actions we took was to launch a designer clothing line featuring socially meaningful artwork, and this helped raise a substantial amount of money for COVID-19 relief. Before I end, I want to say that my biggest learning at the startup school is that it has taught me the power of having a purpose and vision to help design my future, which will also help me unlock my potential. I would like to thank Ty for inviting me to speak at this year's conference, and also to you for being a patient and encouraging audience. I'm now open to any questions that you may have. So I'm just going to scroll through here and I see a question. How has the startup school helped you become more innovative? Okay, that's a great question. And I will start by saying that often art is viewed from a very elitist lens as something for monarchs and luxurious museums. And forms of art that don't align with the traditional painting in a frame, such as wall art, are considered dirty or contaminating. So this idea with Project Limitless that you can place art in the most downtrodden places to bring about transformation in society is quite innovative. And to a great degree, this is really what the startup school is all about. It's what innovation is all about. We're encouraged to look at something that exists and then think about how we can take it out of its original context and alter it, improve it, reconstruct it to satisfy the needs of our society. That's all for today. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the conference.